Hi, this is Kevin Connolly from the hit TV show Entourage, and when I'm in the tri-state area, I listen to EmpireBroadcastingGroup.com.
Empire Broadcasting presents the Professionals Roundtable, 9 to 2 p.m. Hear what's hot in the professional world. Timely topics to propel your career to the next level. Professionals Roundtable, 9 to 2 p.m. exclusively on Empire Broadcasting.
And welcome to Empire Radio. This is the Professionals Roundtable, and I'm your host, Rick Delgado. And welcoming to the show right now is a lovely lady based out of Houston, Texas. She is the owner at Promise Series Books. You can reach her through her website, DawnHallAuthor.com. That's Dawn, H-A-L-L, Hall, author, A-U-T, HOR.com, DawnHallAuthor.com. Just the way I say it, just the way you spell it, just like that. Or you can give her a call at 281-615-0209. How about a nice roundtable welcome as we bring on Dawn Hall. Dawn, welcome to the show, and how are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome, and thank you for taking time out of your day to join us. Now, before we get going, can you tell everybody a little bit about yourself and exactly what you do?
Yeah, my name is Dawn, and like you said, I'm in Houston, Texas, and I'm an author of Promise Series Books, and I do speaking events and also teach a Promise style of coaching, and I'm also a physical fitness trainer.
All right. Well, it seems like you got a full plate right there, but we're here to talk about Promise Series Books, aren't we?
Absolutely.
Now, tell us about that. What is that all about? What's behind the title, first off?
Well, the Promise series actually has 3 books, and each of them has a little bit something special to help women. It's mainly geared toward women, but I do have gentlemen that prefer the books every now and again. But
Right.
It helps women to calm down and really get centered in the place of where they are right now and letting go of looking at the past or worrying about the future. The first book that I have is The Promise of Presence. That's the most recent that has been published.
Right.
And it actually helps you to remember the top 3 priorities in your life right now. And the second book that will be coming out and featured soon is The Promise of Spirit. And that helps you discern whether you're reacting mentally or if you're really going within to have the Spirit give you a good action to what might be going on in your life.
Right.
And the third book is The Promise of Nature, of just being, literally following the example of what a flower would do, and that is just to be grounded and grow where you're planted. And the main thing that these books are focused on is the Promise Top 10, and that is where the Promise of Nature really comes in, of just being where you are right now.
All right. Now, what is the Promise Top 10?
The Promise Top 10, that's a great question. I'm so glad you asked that. Well, it is a top 10 list, and it can give you the piece so that you can accept where you are right now and making sure that you're being thankful to everything that you have and being patient and realizing that really you have everything that you need in life at this very moment. It's all the different types of situations and the good and bad of what your mind is conjuring up that you think that you don't have what you need right now, but
Right.
you do. So it's just a simple list that you can refer to in a moment's notice if you feel yourself getting anxious or uptight, and just keeps you, the bottom line is grounded and learning how to just be and get out of your head.
Right. And I'm on your website right now, DawnHallAuthor.com, and I did click on it. I click on it, and I guess the easiest way to equate it, it's like your own 10 Commandments right there.
Hey, I love it. Yeah, absolutely. Put into today's wording, because sometimes when people are picking up the Bible, they get flustered, or it seems complicated, or it makes their mind even spread out into more areas instead of just becoming grounded into where God really is, which is right within you.
Right. And it seems like all the from 1 through 10 is basically just, kind of like you said, keeping yourself grounded, with simple things that people probably forget about because of the hustle and bustle and constantly running around. I got to do this. I got to take this kid over there. I got to go to work over here. You know what I mean? Everything you get so caught up in living life that you don't step back for a moment. And, like you say, number one, just accept where you are in life right now, because, it's maybe a good thing for you.
Yeah, and really the bottom line every single day in everything that you're doing is enjoy. If you're enjoying what you're doing, then you're probably exactly where you're supposed to be. And if you're really not enjoying where you're at or what you're doing, outside the responsibilities, of course, of, we need to go to work so that we can have food. But really, it's to enjoy the food, not necessarily the job that you are growing in and, the different obstacles that come along each day. It's for us to progress in life. But even in that, finding that inner space of enjoying even the process of what somebody might be going through. And they think that they're not enjoying it, but really, if they just step back, like you said, from themselves and the situation and think, well, this isn't that big a deal because I know at this point it's actually progressing me to the next step in life that I'm going to be still enjoying.
Right.
So there's the essence of enjoying everything that's going on in the moment and not getting frustrated by it.
Yeah. Or like you say in number 6, which like I said, a lot of these are just, it's so very simple. And when you stop and you think about it, it's like, oh yeah, this just kind of makes sense. It's like sometimes there is not a known reason why. So move on. And it's like, when people sit there and they just tear themselves apart, like, why is this happening? Why is it? It's just like, let it go. Just, hey, it happened. All right, now I got to go do this.
Yeah, you're. It's like you've been practicing the top 10 for a while.
I'm just looking at it, and like I said, it really does make a lot of sense. Even number 10, no regrets. It just reminds me of a Milky Way commercial. No, I'm kidding. Again, we're talking to Dawn Hall. She is the author of the Promise series books. Now, if people want to get these books, what's the best way for them to get them? Is it just to come to your website, dawnhallauthor.com?
Sure, you can go there. I'm published through Amazon.
Okay.
So easy to find. Just if you type in Dawn Hall Promise or Promise of Presence, one of the specific titles, you'll be taken right to it. And they're small books. They're tiny, literally. They are thin. They are only about 20 or 25 pages. They're meant to be carried in your purse or your bag, so that while you're waiting, instead of looking at your to-do list or what you think might happen tomorrow or thinking about something that wasn't so pleasant the day before, you just grab your book, and like the top 10 is in each one of the books, so that's right there if you just want to take a moment with that. Yeah. And there's also a Promise Journal that corresponds with each one of the books. So
now I was going to ask you about that, because you did say there are 3 books, but I'm counting four things to order. So what is the journal all about? Is that kind of like a checklist for yourself, kind of keeping track of everything, or what is that?
Well, checklist is good. The Promise Journal actually corresponds with each of the books, and it serves more as a guide to stay in communion with the Lord and remembrance of who you are, where you're at right now, and being grateful. It's a practice of the top 10, but the journal has 2 specific pages where you get to write down and kind of document what book that you're practicing that day.
Right.
And then you can look, as time goes on, and you kind of remember when you were in a good place, you can go back to that journal and go, wow, it was the promise of nature that I really related to, and it actually brought me to a place of peace. And that's how the remembrance happens, and to just write down what you're grateful for each day.
Right.
That in itself will make you be enjoyable.
Well, that again is one of those basic things I think of your top 10 is just being grateful, right? Being thankful for where you are because you already have everything you need.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's number 2. See, I'm clicking right here with you, Dawn.
No, you are. I'm impressed.
Well, because like I said, a lot of this is, and again, with the way people, technology and stress and everything like that, it's just sometimes you just need that time for yourself to sit back and be like, take a deep breath. Take 10 minutes and just say, you know what, let me think about this. And people ask me all the time, it's like, well, don't you wish you were doing this when this was happening? It's like, yeah, I guess if I thought about it that way, but then I wouldn't have enjoyed all the other stuff that led me to this point. So it's like, if I'd have taken that path, then I don't get to enjoy all the stuff that got me to this point, and I've had a good time up until this point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and the other things that the book goes into is you haven't done anything right or wrong, and no matter what you're doing right now, it's not going to be better or worse if you were in a different place, because anything that we are going through in life, well, maybe your house would be blue instead of red,
right,
but you're still going to be going through the same process to get to the next point. So I think that brings comfort, that you're not doing anything wrong. And if, you want something to be that's changeable, that you want something to be blue instead of red, well, then just go ahead and do that, because it's not right or wrong. It's just helping you to walk through the process of whatever you're going through at that moment in time.
Right. Yeah, and that's important to keep in mind, too, is that, you know what, if you want to change it, just go ahead and change it. Don't let it sit there and be like, I need it to be this, and I don't know how to do it. It's like, just do it. It's like a Nike commercial.
Absolutely, I like that. That's fun.
Again, we're talking to Dawn Hall. She's an author. She's also a speaker and a coach. She's got her Promise series books that she's got available that are online right now. You can go to her website, dawnhallauthor.com, and you can order them through that, or you can even go through Amazon and pay for them through that. Also, she has her Promise Top 10, which is almost like her 10 Commandments for today. And making sure that you kind of appreciate, things that you got going on. It's like, oh, maybe you're angry because of this, but you know what? Hey, you've got that job, and that's leading to you to, maybe take care of your kids the way you want to take care of them. And so be thankful for the other things that you don't realize. She's also available for speaking. She's done some coaching as well. We'll get into that in just a few moments. If you want to reach her, 281-615-0209, or go to her website, dawnhallauthor.com. She's based out of Houston, Texas. And you can also print and download a copy of this Promise Top 10 to help you, feel happier every day. We got to take a quick break, okay, Dawn?
Yeah.
And when we come back, we'll delve into some of your speaking and your coaching as well, okay?
Sounds good.
All right. We'll be back with more on Empire Radio right after these words.
On a Cape Cod shore, 16 striped bats